So welcome back. In this special show, we have two very special guests in our studio. Harkirat Singh is the city councillor from Ward number 9 and 10 from Brampton, and Sharmin William, our city councillor from Ward number 7 and 8. So we are talking to them, we are discussing with them the problem of this fastest growing city in our country. So Harkirat, lots of immigrants are settling in Brampton. They love to come to Brampton as compared to any other city. And lately we have seen a trend of most of the international students coming all parts of the world, and especially settling down in Brampton. It's overcrowded in Brampton now. So Brampton has its own challenges. So what do you see the future of the city in next 2, 3, 4 years, and all these demands of congestion, of crime, health issues, and we don't have another hospital which we are demanding for the last 14, 15 years now almost. We have hallway medicine problem. We don't have any university. In such a big city, we don't have even one university. We got university, unfortunately, that the funding was taken away from us. So lots of challenges Brampton is facing now.
Absolutely, and it's been refreshing that this council is united on all of those initiatives. So we do have some housing projects that have been approved, including at Shoppers World. There's a lot of towers that are going to be going up. So we're taking a real look at the affordable housing issue. I just came back from the barbecue for transit workers, and over there there'll be some good news coming about our Queen Street BRT, which is our Queen Street Bus Rapid Transit, which goes through Councillor Williams' wards as well. And that'll be a project that'll link East and West Brampton together. So there's a lot of files. We can smell them, we can see them. It's just about closing them in a timely fashion. The university has been a major issue for the residents of Brampton. Not only do we have one of the most diverse populations, we have also one of the youngest. So the need for a university is vital. So there's many counselors, including both of us, working on this file. We hope to be able to give you some good news in the near future. But coming back to the issue of housing and congestion, our priorities as a council, and I can say this, we've been united, has been on public transit in particular, and affordable housing. On the hospital file, during our AMO conference, we did meet with our Minister of Health. We are aggressively lobbying for a second hospital with an emergency room and a third hospital. Mm-hmm. And I think if we talk about in the near future, the most important thing is that second hospital includes an emergency room. A third hospital will take some time, but if we can land that emergency room, it'll definitely help with the issue of hallway medicine and other issues. Just quickly, that walk-in urgent care center was made for 10,000 visits a year, and it gets 75,000 visits. So that need is great. We are lobbying, and hopefully the results will come very shortly.
Okay. And Sharmin, during this COVID-19, everything has been put on the back burner. All those big issues are not being discussed now. We have the biggest challenge of COVID-19. We do understand, there's no question in that. But again, the problem with the city is we don't have enough funding. We don't want to increase the property tax. So from where the money will come? Of course, Mayor is working hard to bring resources. He's talking to federal government, he's got talking to provincial government, but we didn't see enough support from both the governments. So city has its own challenges, and being a councillor, first time councillor, I would say luckily this time we don't have any kind of bickering in the council which we saw during the last term. So as a cohesive council, what do you think? What are the challenges you guys are facing?
Yeah, challenges, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic, does really compound things, doesn't it? And but I do have to say, when it comes to serious issues that impact our residents, we've been united, and we've been dedicated to coming up with solutions. And so during AMO, as Councillor Harkirat Singh mentioned, we advocated very strongly, especially even to make sure that with the COVID-19 pandemic, they need to reopen the urgent care again. Because if we see another surge, that means it's going to put strain on our Brampton Civic. And we also advocated to ensure that we are moving to see our active transportation initiatives and our transit move forward. And right now, that's why I always call on all of our neighbors to do their part, because if we do our part and we're respectful to each other, it really makes it a lot easier for us to get through this COVID-19 period, so that we can do the work that we need to advocate for the funding that we need. And we did get funding from the government, which has been great, around $38 million, to help recoup the losses during COVID-19, but we do know we need more. And so at council, we are talking to the other upper levels of government to say, listen, we are a city, and as a city, we can't gain revenue. We can't make more money. We have to rely on the tax base, and we have to rely on the money that we get through bylaw or through recreation, and we just don't have those revenue streams right now. So we need the upper levels of government to help us out. And so we're still going to keep advocating, because we do not want to see taxes go through the roof during this time. And we do need to make sure that people are still able to eat and live during this COVID-19 pandemic. So we're working really hard.
Okay. Talking about our own, we are all same community, but I will say about the Punjabi community, most of the Punjabis coming to Canada, they love to settle in Surrey or in Brampton. They feel like home while living here. But again, we have challenges also. So in Brampton, the biggest challenge which I feel from other issues is we don't have any jobs opportunity. We were promised that there will be industry, there will be big multinational companies coming in the city, settling there, but I don't see much has happened. Mayor has been to many trade missions, trying to bring business to the city, but still till now we have not seen enough happening here. So the city hall is not reflecting actually what Brampton is. So we were promised that there will be enough openings in the city hall. What is your observation till now, being the city councillor?
So we did pass a diversity and equity initiative. We hired our first anti-black racism director, so we have that's being looked at. I will say that COVID did throw a monkey wrench into many things. I can tell you personally, in my area, I have industrial areas planned. I've been working particularly with some of them, but I can't blame them. During COVID, they were slow. They were reluctant because of investment. Everybody's nervous to make that type of investment. But now they're picking up again. So those files are with some major employers that we're looking at on the east side of my wards and on the west side, right at the ends. So hopefully those will be ready by the end of the year. Then the construction will begin, but we can bring some good news. Additionally, something that is working that all of council supports is a third transit facility, which is opening towards Highway 50 in my wards, but it'll help with all of Brampton, and that's 1,000 full-time jobs. So these things are in the pipeline. I have to be honest, with COVID, things did get delayed because everybody left everything and was more worried about making sure, as Councillor Williams can also attest, making sure our soup kitchens are running, food banks are, have all the things they need, and our nonprofits are ready to go. But now that we're slowly coming back to regular business, I do expect some serious results in the very near future.
Charmaine, we are almost at the final, I would say, fag end of this COVID-19. If second wave is not here, we have almost been able to get hold on this virus, this pandemic. But still, we have to be vigilant. There is no question about that.
That's right.
What is your observation? Because Brampton is the most diverse city in the country. During this COVID-19, city issued lots of instructions. We saw big massive parties also. Some people were not obeying the instructions, but by and large, what is your message to the residents? Are they doing fine? Where is the area to improve?
Well, the area to improve is within each and every single one of us. You know, we have to start realizing that if you don't spread, the virus doesn't spread. So if you stay home and stay quarantined, I know it's hard, and it's a lot to ask for some of us. We've been doing this a long time, but you know, if the only way for us to really make sure that the virus doesn't travel is if we don't travel. So please try your best to stay home and remember those 4 core actions, which is mask up, lather up, stay, get tested, and stay apart. And if you do see large social gatherings, just call 311 and you can report it. And also for the face coverings as well. But we all have to do our part. It's hard, but we will get through it. We will get through it. We will get through it.
Thank you, Sharmin. Thank you so much. And thank you, Harkirat.
Thank you.
For taking your time coming to our new studio. Any message you want to give to the community at the end?
It's remarkable to see what Brampton was made of. We were there for each other. We were raising funds for our frontline workers, our emergency workers. We were helping neighbors. We were helping with food kitchens and also food banks. And that went a long way because this was a very tough time for many individuals. We also lost people in our community. Some very well-known members of the community were lost in this time, and we grieve for them and we grieve for their families. In the future, let's keep doing the best we can. Let's wear a mask, let's stay in distance, and let's lather up, as Councillor Williams has said.
Thank you, both of you, and thank you, our viewers. We'll come back with some new guests in the studio with new issues, and stay tuned to Pravasi TV till then. Thank you very much.